can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my
Wife
honor
said
and
no,
privilege
can't
to
believe
welcome
it. I
you to
said
the
no.
second annual Plummie Awards, presented by Dots Homestyle Pretzels. You, you are in for a night of recognition, redemption, and regret. I'm one of your co-hosts for the evening, and my name is Robbie. And alongside me is a man who is a walking Lifetime Achievement Award, the Cousin Benny. How we doing?
Doing great. I felt really confident coming into tonight, and then you showed up on the screen, and I said, "Whoa, I don't feel so confident anymore."
Well, I came here. Sorry, thank you. I appreciate it. I came here. I just it's Blow City in a limousine. I had to a little late, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, glad to be here.
Please. And alongside the cuz and myself is a man who was voted most likely to think Sam Rockwell isn't a character actor at Lynch's Plumbie Awards. Good friend and co-host Ryan. Ryan, how we feeling?
I was waiting to see how soon someone would say something right away. I love it.
The over under was about like a minute at the betting sites.
Yeah, yeah. Anyone with the under of 30 fucking seconds, you win.
Just
Yeah, like Robbie said, aka the best dressed,
Oh, please come
if
on.
that's an award, uh, man of the podcast. But this is Let the Boys Watch, and this is the second annual Plummies. We're gonna do some awards. We're gonna maybe change some plum scores. We'll talk about all the movies that we've watched this year. So everything that we're doing is not for necessarily like the movies of 2024 or any real specific thing other than these are the movies that we've watched. So if we're talking about a movie and you're like, oh, I fucking love that movie, then go check out one of our YouTube entries of that movie. We're on any of your podcast providers. So any of the movies we're talking about, actors, directors, everybody, we got an episode for that. So, if you want to do that, please, again, check us out on all the podcast providers. If you're having trouble, send us an email, ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. Say, hey, Ryan, A, where did Robbie get that sweater? B, how
Abercrombie.
do I find the episode on the holdovers? And we'll tell you. Maybe not where Robbie got the sweater because that's need to know basis. But um, find us there. Find us on Instagram. And Benny, tell them where else they can find us and maybe interact with us.
well, if you're only listening to the audio version of this one, now is the time to get yourself subscribed to the YouTube page because I mean we look fantastic. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here.
Don't.
Join us on YouTube. See how fantastic we look. Robbie's got the part going. He's got the shades going, and just a sweater that can only be described as decadent, and you can only see that on the YouTube page. So follow us at Let the Boys Watch. Subscribe. Click the bell so you don't miss an episode. It'll pop up on your main page next time you go to YouTube and we release a video. So follow us on YouTube. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah. And while you're at it, new year, same us, but give us some recommendations. If this is your first time with us, typically what we do is pick some kind of group of movies. Maybe they're connected by an actor or a theme or something like that. They're usually movies that one or all of us haven't seen. And let us know what you'd like to see. We put it up for a vote on Instagram every Friday. Can't hurt. Worst that we could say is go fuck yourself. And who cares if we say that? Because who are we?
Yeah, nobodies, couple nobodies.
Nobody's. Um, so I mean, our agenda, I think this week for the Plummies, is we're gonna talk about reviewing a plum score. We got some spreadsheets. Benny was in the lab all week, putting in numbers, formulas, going bananas with his spreadsheets. We got, top fives, bottom fives. We're going to talk about maybe some stuff we watched that we didn't review that we liked this year. And then we're going to give out some awards. So, Benny, do you want to kick us off with all that fun stuff?
Sure. Welcome to the Plummies again. I mean, this is if you haven't been here before, you jumped in at the perfect time. First thing we're going to talk about is our Plum scores. It's our weekly score we give to every movie that we watch. It's on a scale of 0 to 10. We had some wild scores this year. Before we give our plum scores, though, I'm going to introduce each one of us with our top three movies. And I think I want to start with Robbie. Robbie's top three movies this year were The Social Network. He gave it a 10. Parasite, he gave a 10. And In Bruges with a 9.6. But did he make any mistakes? I'm also going to
Never.
give you his bottom three. Robbie gave Home Alone 2 a 6.5. Wow, shocking. He gave Godzilla minus one a 5.1. How dare he? And he gave Die Hard 2, Die Harder, a clean 5. He said it was one of the worst movies he's ever seen. Robbie, were any of those six movies scores a mistake, or will you be trying, will you be changing another?
I will be changing another to get Home Alone 2 out of my bottom three.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so this movie, I looked back and I had my little chart, my little heat map that I did in my Excel file. Shout out Microsoft Excel, sponsored the pod. And I said to myself, I can't believe I gave this movie a 7.1. I hated that movie. I don't know why I gave it a 7.1. I thought it was terrible. I couldn't stand it. I hated one of the main characters in it. I didn't think he was supposed
Okay.
to be in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch my mall rats.
Wow.
I'm gonna switch my mall rats, Plummie, from a 7.1 to a 5.5.
Wow.
Wow. How dare you? Mallrats
Hurts my
was,
heart.
yeah, it was one of my favorite movies. That's how we ended up voting on it. Ryan, what do you think about that score change?
Hey, listen, I mean, I know that that movie's not everyone's cup of tea. So I get it. I'm not surprised. When Robbie gave it a 7.1, I was happy because I like when my friends enjoy the things that I like. But hey, listen, everyone's got their own opinion, and that's okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I went back and said to myself, I said, if the guy who really liked the movie gave it a 6.9, what am I doing giving it a 7.1?
Fair enough.
Right.
Uh, Robbie, I also did a little average of all of the movies you watched this year. And what do you think your average score of all the movies you watched were this year?
I'm gonna go with 7.8.
It was a 8.2.
Ugh, goodness
So
gracious, Mr. Indecisive, as they call me in the streets.
this might take it down a little bit, but I don't think that much. We actually ended up watching 40 movies this year. How about that?
Wow.
Jeez,
Yeah.
Nice.
that's a lot.
That
Yeah.
is a
On
lot.
top of that, we watched how many episodes of Game of Thrones? We watched quite a lot of stuff this
Yeah.
year.
The Bear, the boys.
The
24,
Plum,
right?
yeah.
I would say 24. Are they eight each?
Well, we actually dedicated full episodes to Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, we went week
Yeah.
by week, and they replaced our movies. Hey, let's get another shameless plug in for the YouTube. We did YouTube exclusives for The
Sure.
Bear and The Boys. So if you're not following us on YouTube, there's another reason. We'll get a couple more YouTube exclusives up this year. All right. So Ryan, we're gonna have you rescore a movie next. So again, I didn't mention this off the top, but last year and every year going forward, we'll have an opportunity to rescore a movie that we may have made a mistake on. Ryan's top three movies this year were My Cousin Vinny with a
Mm.
10, Back to the Future with a 9.9. I have a feeling that
Mm.
that's the one that's going to be changed to a 10. And Home Alone 2 as a 9.6. Ryan's bottom three movies tied for second were Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with 6.6s.
Mm.
And number one, Godzilla minus one again is on a bottom three list, and it's 6.2. So, Ryan, what are we thinking? Are we going to change one of those six scores, or are you going to get me something new to change?
I'm actually not going to change any of those scores. And I had a tough time rescoring because I did want to score a couple of those a little bit lower. But I decided, you know what? 2025, I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to be positive because there's a lot of other shit going on in this world that I don't need to be, making my movies all negative. So I'm actually gonna bump up a movie a
Oh,
couple points that I think deserved it, that I maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll put it that way. And like we started off with, I don't know what I'm thinking a lot of the times. So I'm glad we had this opportunity to, redeem ourselves a little bit. So I'm actually going to bump up Parasite to a
oh,
9.3.
all
Nice.
right. I like that.
Smart.
Robbie, you gave Parasite a 10. How do you feel about that score but getting bumped up from Ryan?
Fantastic. I was upset that Ryan scored it so low. I thought he would enjoy it. But I think he enjoys it now. It's a great movie. I love it. It might have superseded um The Social Network as my one of my, top three movies of all time.
Wow.
Might have.
Wow. Ryan, what made you want to rescore this one? Was it just not fitting into where you thought it should be? Did you think back on the movie and kind of remember a little bit more fondly?
I mean, listen, I think we've talked about it a number of times that I wish I could kind of rescore everything and like really resettle everything because there's movies that, like, listen, I gave what, Home Alone 2 a 9.6 or something. Is that better than some of these other movies? No, it's not. But I love it for various reasons. Um, so I was looking over all my movies and I was like, you know what? I really fumbled the ball on Parasite. And I watched it again like fairly recently, the past couple weeks. And I was just upset with myself that I scored. I gave it an 8 something, an 8.6. Like not that's not some garbage score, but
Mm.
it deserved more recognition from me because as we know, I'm very important and my scores matter.
So we notoriously give you shit because your scores are what we think are so low. Robbie's score average of all the movies he watched was 8.2. What do you think your movie score average was this year?
I'm gonna go 7.4.
Well, surprise, surprise. That
Surprise,
9.6 you gave Home
surprise.
Alone 2, that 9.6 you gave Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, bumped you all the way up to an 8.1.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
So
shocked.
I feel like we think you give movies a little bit low of a score, but I think looking at the movies
Like
over
in
the course of the
totality.
year,
Yeah.
your spread is a lot tighter than I think Robbie's and we went a little bit we brought down the low scale for us this year. So
Yeah.
only point one difference between the
Wow, I would
two of
never
you.
thought.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would have thought lower, but hey, you can't argue with numbers.
you can't. They never
Oh,
lie.
That's
facts
true.
over feelings.
So let's go to my rescore of my replum score, whatever we want to call it here. My top three movies this year. Before we get into that, I gave three tens this year.
Yeah,
I
crazy.
gave Parasite, Oppenheimer, and one of my all-time favorite movies, In Bruges, perfect tens. And when I look back on that, I smiled. I said, "You didn't flunk it, America. You nailed it." My bottom three, again, very happy with where this landed for myself. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead at a 5.5. Sorry, Katie, if you're listening. Dazed and Confused, 5.5. And woof, I went off on this episode. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, I gave a 4.5. Uh, Kind of like Ryan, I was struggling this year to find something to rescore. Not that I again I didn't think that all my scores were perfect, but I feel like they all kind of I liked where all the movies landed. Um, but I think there was one movie that I kind of regretted going low, and I'll give it a quote unquote low. It's not going to be bumping into my top three or anything like that, but I'm going to raise the score of The Social Network
Oh, wow.
from an 8.8. I'm going to go up to a 9.2 on that. It's a movie I look back on and I really enjoy. And anytime I see a clip on TikTok or anything like that, I'll watch it. And you know what? I realize, hey, I really did like that movie. I think a little bit more than I gave it credit for. I know there was a point in time this year where I was trying to depress my scale a little bit. And I think maybe this movie kind of got caught up in that. But going back on it, I think this is a classic. And, between Garfield and Eisenberg. What a movie. So I'll raise the score of that one.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that. First up, Saw can get you here, and then he gets you right here. I know you were back on the Sorkin train. Didn't leave the station just yet, so
No,
come
I'm
on
back.
board.
Yeah, and that
Oh my
was
God.
if you are new to the program again, we pick a birthday movie every year. Each one of us get to pick our one of our favorites, or maybe just a movie that we really want to watch. And this was Robbie's birthday movie. And get ready because coming up, we got 2 birthday movies in the month of February. So stick around. All right. Any thoughts? Any final thoughts on our rescores from either of you guys?
No.
No, I think this year's just going to be a little more tuned up. I got to tune my scores. I mean, the 8.2, I get it, but there's a lot of movies on this list that you know, maybe didn't deserve a lot of 8s and some 7s and some high 7s. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel bad no more. In 2025, no more feeling bad.
Yeah. I think we broke the glass floor this year, and we're going to see some lower scores coming up. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And
Benny,
maybe we'll go
what
ahead.
was your average? Did you say that? Did I
Oh, I
miss that?
didn't. So sorry. Thanks for calling that out. Ryan, you were an 8.1. Robbie, you were an 8.2. Where do you think I landed? Anybody have a guess?
I'm going to go a flat 8.
Very close. I was an 8.2 as well, 8.27. So we were
Wow.
all pretty much within point 1 or 2 of each other. And it brought our total average to 8.2. So you're listening to 3 idiots with pretty much the same exact opinion. They flip around from movie to movie.
Yeah, I would have thought that we wouldn't have uh came that close to one another on an average, but I guess it's true. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
I think
think
you watch
too.
40 movies a year.
Yeah. You guys both have a couple of like 5s and 4s sprinkled in. I think I was like lower overall, but I never went as low as you guys. So
Yeah.
that's why maybe it seems like I'm always lower, which I feel like I am typically always lower, but I just didn't go as low.
Right. And we went high, and those low scores that we had kind of brought us back to the middle a little bit.
When they go low, you go high.
That's what they
We tr
say.
we try. All right. So now I'm gonna quickly go over our bottom 5 and top 5 movies as a group. Our bottom 5 movies is actually 6 because it tied for 5th was Dazed and Confused and Mallrats at 7.1. Die Hard 2 at 6.7. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead at 6.6. And tied for second, Breaks My Heart, Godzilla -1 at 6.6. I really brought that one up.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't keep it out of the bottom 5, unfortunately. And our number 1 least favorite movie of the year, surprisingly, might hurt some people's hearts, but National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, aggregate score of 6.1. Any thoughts? Any surprises in that for you?
Nah, those movies stink.
Yeah, no surprise there for me. That was a well, no, actually, I did like Days and Confused. I really did. I know
Yeah.
there's some charm, but I liked it even for what it was worth. I guess again, same stuff, nostalgia, high school watching at the time when I saw it. Maybe it would have been a little bit different now, watching it at this age. So, again, you catch one of us or all of us in a favorite movie nostalgia period, it's gonna turn out differently than expected maybe for this time.
Yeah. I was a little upset with Godzilla -1. I was the one that really liked that movie, but we'll see what happens with Godzilla. What is it? 3-2? What do we call them?
Yeah, 10, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4. I think it's coming out next year.
Yeah. So we'll see. We're gonna have to watch that one. That's gonna
Is
bring in
th
the viewers.
is there really another one coming?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
We should
Yeah,
have.
but
We should have. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it got us, I think, the most views.
That's what I was gonna say. We should have pulled some YouTube analytics because that was one of our best performing episodes, actually. All right, so let's go to our top 5. In 5th place, it was Kill Bill Volume 1 at a 9.3 combined score. There was a tie for 3 at tied third at 9.4 with My Cousin Vinny and The Social Network. which might get popped up now because I rescored it. Number 2, Parasite at 9.5. Again, another movie that got bumped up by Ryan. And the number 1 movie of the year, surprising it again, another one that warmed my heart when I saw it pop up on the list was In Bruges, a 9.7, which is incredible. I mean, Robbie and I both had that as a 10, and
Oh no,
Robbie,
I didn't.
excuse me,
Sorry.
hold on a second. Let me just double check that. No, Ryan had it at 9.5. You had it at 9.6. But yeah, high praise all around on In Bruges, our movie of the year.
Crazy too. If
Any
you think about it, with like Oppenheimer, Social Network, Parasite, I'm sure it'll get bumped up. Not Ryan moved it maybe to a Social Network, but still, very surprising. I would never guessed.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think it would end up being maybe Parasite number 1. I think In Bruges would probably still sneak in at number 2, and Social Network probably be right behind it, but wouldn't move too much. But those top 3 movies would stay the same, and I think I don't have a problem with that top 3. I mean, like you said, Robbie, I really loved Oppenheimer. Spoiler alert, it shows up in my Plummie awards. Um, but yeah, not too shocked, but also it was nice to see.
Yeah. Hey, good movie, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Decent.
Oh boy.
You got to see it in IMAX, all right? All right. The next thing we're going to talk about is, let's go off the grid a little bit and talk about maybe something that we didn't talk about on this show. Maybe somebody talked about it on Going Gray, but we're going to talk about one of our favorite things, or movie or TV show that we want to give a shout out to that we didn't discuss on Let the Boys Watch this year. Ryan, why don't you start us off? What did you enjoy that you didn't
Oof.
talk about here?
Um, there's a couple of shows this year that I really enjoyed, and I was struggling with which one to call out. But I think I'm gonna go with my Severance rewatch.
Nice.
That was like one of my favorite things this year. Then there was a couple, and I'm hoping maybe you guys grab those, but there was a couple of shows this year that I really enjoyed. Um, we talked about some of them, on this show, so I didn't mention those. And then we talked about some of them on Going Gray. But yeah, Severance rewatch. I'm pumped for season 2 come out next week.
I think I saw on Rotten Tomatoes, out of the 33 critic reviews, it's at 100% season 2.
Wow.
So high hopes for this one. He said it's pretty dark
Well,
and it's worth the wait.
I don't want to hear that shit because high expectations ruin everything for me.
That's true. I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Nah, that's all right.
Robbie, what about you? Favorite non-Let the Boys Watch piece of media you watched this year?
Oh, please. It was a video I watched of a plane landing from Dubai to JFK. Fantastic. I mean, the way that the pilot fought with the crosswinds on his land. No, I'd have to go with Hitman, the movie. Glenn Powell, Richard Linklater. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It's based on a true story, but some of it's a little far-fetched. But for some reason, I don't know. I watched Top Gun Maverick, and I didn't really um not enjoy Glenn Powell, but I thought it was like, whatever. But I'm full on Glenn Powell fanatic. He's reaching Matt Damon territory for me. I mean, I think he's fantastic. The looks, the bod, the acting, he's great. It's a great movie. The chemistry between the two leads is out of this world. I think the both of you would like it. I enjoyed it. I forgot what I gave it on Going Great, maybe 7.8 or something like that. But it was a really good movie. Writing was good, acting was good, and pacing was great. So I really enjoyed it. If you guys ever have time, it is on Netflix at the moment, and it's got a good director, Dazed and Confused, like Linklater, School of Rock.
That's one of my faves. All right. I'm gonna go pretty off the grid on this one. I think if you would have asked me this last week, I would have told you it was Shrinking. I finally watched both seasons of Shrinking, as we've spent a lot of time at home the past couple weeks. Um, but I'm gonna go with something different, and it's a shocking answer for me. I was talking to Anthony and James from the Pack Rats. If you guys ever see them on Twitch, they're a fun couple guys. One's my brother, and one's a good friend of mine. They made a recommendation that I watch an anime, and I have never been an anime guy, but I'm on a late shift with the baby, and I wanted something that I could watch by myself. So they recommended the show Attack on Titan, and I just finished the first season of it, and I got to say it's actually pretty fantastic. I went in with low expectations, and I was like, let's just kind of see what this is about, and I've been enjoying it. Gonna start season 2 tonight, and it's just not something I ever thought I would have watched, or, you know, it just, again, I talk about our biases on this show all the time, and something like anime for me was something I never thought I'd watch, but I've really been enjoying it.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're done with Titan, let me know. I'll give you some other recommendations.
Ryan, anime guy?
I not lately, but I have watched quite a bit of anime back in the day. Yeah.
Late at
So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's up
Sometimes
in
in the
the
morning.
air. It's up in the air, but I saw someone recommend as my next one Death Note. No,
Cowboy Bebop's got to be next.
that I did a search for like best animes of all time, and that was very near the top. If it wasn't one, it was two.
Yeah.
But we'll talk.
Yeah.
Did you watch Attack on Titan?
No, it's on my list, but who knows when I'll get to watch that. We'll see.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, as far as animes goes, it's pretty short. It's only 4 seasons, but
Okay. Good to know.
all right. I don't know if he actually prepared something for this, but we threw it out there in the chat today. We have a little in memoriam section. And I tasked Robbie kind of flippantly with taking care of our in memoriam section. Robbie, did you take it seriously or not?
I did take it serious.
That's
I
nice.
put a little, I did put a little spin on it, how I usually do with myself, but that's not it. I was trying to get some in memoriam music, but I guess not. That's not it. But I can't find in memoriam music. Stinks. But I wanted to pay a little homage to some actors and actresses who passed this year. What award show wouldn't be without an in memoriam? So I would like to read off some names who have tragically passed and are no longer with us anymore. So please bear with me. A in memoriam to Carl Weathers,
Ugh.
Rocky Zone, Richard Lewis, Kirby Enthusiasm Zone, rest in peace. Alleged double homicider, Juice Simpson, rest in peace. Donald Sutherland, the actor, rest in peace. Shelley Duvall from what's that movie?
The Shining.
The Shining, yes. One of our famous and favorites of the pod. Rest in peace to John Amos.
Oh, the God.
Please. Another one. Please forget about it. Rest in peace to a great actor. Long lived years. James Earl Jones.
Oh, forgot.
Rest in peace. I've never watched a movie that she was in, but she's highly respected, highly regarded. Dame Maggie Smith. Rest in peace.
Oh,
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
I don't know if anybody knows this person in this thing. We haven't really watched it, but I think he was an actor and a singer. Rest in peace, Chris Christopherson.
Yep.
Got such a long way to go to make it to the border of Mexico.
Fantastic. Rest in peace to a whiz, an absolute musical genius. Rest in peace to Quincy Jones.
Rest in peace.
And to close it out, rest in peace to everybody's favorite, one of the best, and preferably the cousin's favorite. Rest in peace, Bob Newhart.
The worst.
Oh.
The worst. How dare you end it with that? You had such a high note.
I have to end it. Well, I'm not so high with Juice, so. But
I mean, I'd rather hear you say R.I.P. to Juice than to Bob. All right. Just
oh
kidding,
my
Bob.
God.
Yeah,
I know his family watches.
Yeah, sorry to the Newharts.
Let's get to what we've all been waiting for. Our Plummie Awards. So we're going to kind of run this as a draft. We'll each give our response to who we think deserves this award. We discussed it amongst ourselves. Instead of a true draft where if we pick that person, they are off the board, we will allow some overlap. So we may have some similar answers here. Got a bunch of categories. We have worst performance. We have a special performance that we'll tell you about. Our favorite score, best music in a movie, supporting actor, supporting actress, best actress, best actor, screenplay, director, and our movie of the year. I want to go in draft order, so we'll snake it. Does anybody want to go first with worst performance of the year?
I don't want to go first. Somebody can go first.
Okay, I will go first.
Yeah, go
So
first. You're the biggest
if
hater on this podcast.
oh please
Oh, please, man.
hate.
Uh,
No surprise here. I mean, I went off on this movie. I gave it a 4.5. My worst performance of the year is Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
ouch.
Didn't know what he wanted to be. I think I talked about this kind of at length. It was like he was slapstick, there was touching moments, but it never really gelled for me. He was a creep, and he's a creep in real life, so I feel good about this one. This is my least favorite or worst performance of the year.
It's a great
Let's
choice.
go with I'm gonna pick. I love Robbie on the turn, so I'm gonna give Ryan. You go next on worst performance.
I mean, the second I saw this category, I knew my pick. And it's none other than that big green jerk himself, Godzilla.
Oh, come on.
Ouch.
He's such a
Ouch. Yeah,
sweetheart.
he had more character than half of the people in that movie.
I know.
How dare you?
Yeah. I actually had Chevy Chase, but you took him, so I'll take Godzilla.
All right, nice. I like a pivot.
Yeah.
Robbie, worst performance of the year.
This doesn't really pain me. I find this man wickedly talented, absolutely talented in a different profession. Please give me The Weekend in Uncut Gems, the absolute worst performance I've seen on screen all year, and I've seen a bunch. I've seen a bunch. Um, disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I didn't like him in this movie. He's a horrible actor. It really threw me off. And yeah, I couldn't take him. The couple times I watched this movie, I've hated his performance, and I can't stand the bathroom scene stunk. Him telling everybody to turn the lights down for him to perform. Cut it out. So listen, love The Weekend, the music man, the actor, terrible. My worst performance of the year.
Did you watch that HBO show that he was on that got canceled?
No, I refused.
I'm pretty sure he was the reason why.
Yeah.
All right, so the turn.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off. Can I just give a quick Ani mention? Are we doing Ani mentions or no?
You can if you have one. You go ahead and pipe in.
Uh, Also to one of the worst performances of the year, Bruce Willis in Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Please, if you don't know my five, go back and watch our Die Hard episode because Bruce Willis gave one of the all-time worst performances of all time.
Yeah, they I mean, and Bruce, our thoughts and prayers are with you during this time.
Yes.
I know Robbie's a heartless bastard. Uh but yeah, Ryan mentioned that they kind of gave him free reign in this movie, and it did not work out to their advantage. I think we all agreed on that. This one worked out. I wasn't, I wish I could say I planned how this was going to work out, but our next category is inspired by Robbie, and it is best performance by Mike Francesa. Robbie, why don't you give us your best performance by Mike Francesa?
Oh man, my best performance by Mike Francesa again. Wow, who would have thought back-to-back Uncut Gem performances? Mike Francesa in Uncut Gems as a loan shark bookie, aka Mike Francesa. What a phenomenal performance. When I saw him on the screen, my heart melted, my plums exploded. There was a leak. I had to call Stanley Steamer to get him over here to clean the carpet. I mean, what a
Lots of the show.
fantastic what a fantastic performance by the man with a set of veneers that you can't believe. I mean, the watches, the speaking, the talking. This was a part that he was born to play. So, my Francesa, you bright up my day. You brighten up my day every day, and to see you on a big screen, forget about it. You made my 65-inch almost short circuit with that performance.
Ryan, best performance by Mike Francesa?
Ah, for 2024, my best Francesa performance has got to be him giving his thoughts on the passing of President Jimmy Carter.
Oh,
As
nice.
as usual, he just disparaged the dead like no one else can. decent man, awful president. What a piece of shit. Just shut the fuck up.
Just the absolute worst.
The best.
Good.
The
That was,
worst,
you know what?
but the best.
Yeah, fantastic pick. You know what? I'm inspired by that.
Yeah.
I could have went with a bunch of rants. I mean, there are times where, hey, listen, we all know I'm not the biggest fan of football these days. But give me a Mike Francesa podcast after a big Giants or a big Jets loss, and he is just on in his bag, freaking the fuck out, throwing everybody under the bus. But I'm sorry, I got to double up on this one. Best performance by Mike Francesa of the year, Uncut Gems. How he was not nominated for an Oscar, I don't know. It reeks of reverse racism, if you ask me. But we're gonna give him his flowers on Let the Boys Watch, and we're gonna say Mike Francesa, best performance by Mike Francesa in a movie.
I just don't think anybody wants to see Italians do good in this country.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Disgusting.
Can't
Think of
believe
the
how they
fit.
hold my people down.
I think, you know what, I could have given him best performance. He was on Frank Walks, if anybody knows what that is.
Oh yeah.
When he walks with Frank the Tank. All right. I hate to do this to you, Robbie. Our next award is Best Score of the Year. And I was thinking back on this. I'm gonna go first here. While I enjoy music, there's very few that really stick with me after the fact. But when I saw this, there was only one movie I could think of, and I talked about it in my Replum, and it's The
Christmas
Social
Vacation.
Network.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, Christmas Vacation. No, it's The Social Network. Trent Reznor,
How dare you.
Atticus Finch. I can't help it.
Atticus Ross. What is
Sorry,
this
I don't
fucking? What is this?
Kill a
To Kill a
Mockingbird.
Mockingbird. To Kill a Mockingbird. Atticus Ross. It's great. I mean, I love that. It's iconic. It's an iconic soundtrack, and going chalk, stealing Robbie's pick. But hey, what else is new? If you're new to Let Boys Watch, I do that a lot. Ryan.
That I can't believe it. That 2025 already the biggest betrayal of the year.
Yeah.
I gave it its flowers. Come on, Kimmy. I'm giving you and I'm taking. I'm giving and I'm taking.
All right, you give and you take. You take the good, you take the bad. What do you get? You get.
The facts of life.
All right, there you go. That's okay. Hey, that's okay. It's a great score, but I have a backup.
I'm
Because
glad.
he knew you were gonna steal it.
I knew it already. I already knew.
And listen, I want Robbie to shine in this one because he could have went with Social Network, but that was too easy. I want Robbie to dig deep and give me a real solid answer on this one.
Yes. Thank you.
Ryan, score of the year.
Well, now hopefully I'm not stealing Robbie's, because then we're in big trouble. But I'm gonna go John Williams, Catch Me If You Can.
Good one. It's on the list.
Fantastic score.
It's on the list, but it's not.
I mean, think about just that main theme. Like
Popped in my head
anytime
immediately.
I feel like anything, sometimes when I'm doing sneaky things, which is often, that's playing in my head because I'm doing sneaky stuff.
I love that. Great answer. Now the one answer we've all been waiting for. He's our fashion expert. He's our music expert. He's our stand-up 69 expert.
Oh, please. And
Robbie.
I'll take the co-host for the Tashamada rankings.
There you go.
Well, I had a backup because I had a funny feeling that this was going to get stolen, and I really do love this guy's music. Love it. I love when he teamed up with Childish Gambino. I love with a couple of movies that he also in. Please give me Ludwig Göransson from Oppenheimer, the Oppenheimer score. Watch out, look out. Look out, watch out. Fantastic. The violins in that score. I mean, what a talent. A fantastic score to a great movie. Really, one of my favorite scores of all time with this, with Social Network, with There Will Be Blood. I mean, forget about it. Can you hear the music? It's on my running playlist because I love the way it crescends. I love the way it gets high, and it just feels like your heart's about to explode. It feels like you're in an atom bomb in the desert in New Mexico with Matt Damon and the boys. So Ludwig,
Wow.
Two-time Academy Award winner, Ludwig Göransson, for a phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, which is Sonos speak. A shout out to me for the Sonos. Put that on blast. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal soundtrack. Truly.
Fantastic. Plum's exploding, atom bombs exploding, ankles
Uh,
exploding while he's running. What an answer. That's why he's our guru.
oh my God, forget about please me thinking about what's her name? What's her name? I forgot her name. Is Guma in the movie. Please forget about Florence
Oh,
Pugh. Forget
Florence
about
Pugh.
my Florence Plums. Forget about what I see on screen.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our supporting category and start with supporting actor. And he's on the turn. Robbie, who is your supporting actor this year?
Oh my God, my goodness. Oh no. See, this is so tough. Damn it. There's two that I love, and I'm really juggling here. It's a tough one. Damn it. All right. Uh, let me go with Michael Fassbender in 12 Years a Slave. I have to do it. I
Nice.
wanted to do somebody different. I really did. There was somebody else there. But just for the sheer performance of Fassbender, I mean, it took me by surprise. I didn't think he had it in him. Actually, yeah, what an idiot. Of course he had it in him. You ever see Inglourious Basterds? Forget about it. But give me Fassbender. He's menacing. He's scary. He's a lunatic. He's hateful. He's vengeful. He's a loose cannon, and he plays it so well for such a horrible topic, a horrible movie genre. I mean, this is what you picture what that was going on back then with people like him in this time period. So he played it to perfection. He really was scary and menacing, and just he made you hate him the entire time he was on screen. You all you wish for was his demise in that movie.
Fantastic pick.
Thank
Fantastic
you.
pick. That
Thank you.
that was a movie that going into, not that I had low expectations for, or I don't know the right word to put. I just thought it was going to be really heavy, but it ended up being one that I really enjoyed. So I'm glad that movie got a little bit of recognition here.
Yeah.
Ryan, supporting actor.
I mean, all these, we watched a lot of good movies this year, and going through trying to give these awards out was extremely difficult. Like, we had some, these jokey awards, and the score was tough too. But I felt like the actors, supporting actresses, everybody there was really tough. Um, I'm gonna go, and I have a couple here. I'm gonna go Brendan Gleeson, in Bruges.
Nice. That was
One
that was
could argue that he's not necessarily supporting. He was nominated for supporting. Not to, it didn't mean like that.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a
No,
word.
no,
You can't even
please,
see my
please.
eyes.
Let me
You can't even
talk.
see
Let me
my eyes.
talk. Um, but he was just absolutely fantastic in this film. I think it's tough to really say that he was supporting or Colin Feller was supporting. I felt like they supported each other, and really played off each other really well, just like in Banshees of Inisherin. But I'm gonna give it to him, even though there's a lot of other good choices out there this year.
Great pick. He was my backup.
Nice.
And I was starting to feel like he was going to fall to me, and I would have been upset leaving him on the table. So thank you for picking him. My supporting actor this year is Jude Law in The Talented Mr.
On the
Ripley.
list.
I
On the
Nice.
really,
list.
I really enjoyed that performance. And I mean, we talked about it, the style, the bod. I mean, plums were just exploding like it was the 4th of July. I don't know if we
Oof.
watched it on the 4th of July weekend, but we should have. Um, just what an absolute stud. And I loved that character, and I loved him and Damon playing off each other. The chemistry was great. That movie was another one that not at all what I expected it to be. And the performances in that movie were really great. So shout out Jude Law. Where are you? Where you been?
You would never in your life ever see a more handsome person on screen. Ever.
No, and that's those style choices. I mean, come on,
Oh,
forget it.
Oh
gorgeous.
yeah, this is you said you were gonna whatchamacallit this year for the summer. You were gonna
I
pull a Jude Law during it.
I want to. I want to. It's still on the table. I got to drop a few LBs. I mean, with the baby here, look out,
That happened.
watch out. I try, I try to blazer on that I wore this summer for this show. Let's just say I had to change blazers. Okay.
Ah, please. Someone say the Blue Blazer. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace. I wore it to the shower.
Wow.
No longer fits.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a quick turnaround time.
Yeah. Tough times here in Queens.
Well, it's still
All
it's
right.
cold. It's cold. You can't get
Yeah, who
outside. It's
cares?
Yeah.
freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freezing. You can't get out there.
I know
Yeah,
it's
add a
tough.
couple layers.
It doesn't stop. I don't know why it's not preventing the McDonald's from getting here any slower in the cold air, but it's a story for another day.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and make Ryan unhappy now with this pick on supporting actress because I'm gonna take it from his birthday movie. And my supporting
Hmm.
actress this year was Marissa Tomei in My Cousin Vinny. This is a movie I watched for the first time this year. And I like, listen, we spent an hour and a half probably talking about how great Pesci and Marissa Tomei were in this movie. From again, another one with where the fits were just on point uh, the whole entire movie. Who can forget the bodysuit with the biological clock speech? I mean, and she's still doing it after all these years. So Marissa Tomei, what a fantastic performance from My Cousin Vinny.
Uh,
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Did I take your pick, Ryan?
um, not yet, sort of. She was on the list.
She was in it,
I
yeah.
was whittling it down. I mean, how could she not be fantastic in that movie? She won the Oscar for that movie. She's gorgeous, the best.
Hmm.
But actually, I had two top actresses for this year, duking it out in my head all day today. But I ended up sticking with my initial choice, Davine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers.
She was on my
Loved her
list.
performance. Loved her performance in that. I'm expecting big things from her. Over the next whatever couple movies she's in, but she was awesome. Loved her in that, so that's why she got it from me.
Awesome. Great pick. And that movie, that was actually on my list of movies I was thinking about bumping up. And I gave it a high,
Yeah,
I gave it an 8.7, but thinking back on that movie, I think I ended up watching it like twice that week. It was just such a really good movie and it
yeah,
started to get its flowers again this holiday season. So I think that's a movie that has some staying power.
agree. I think it should be in the Christmas rotation.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, and I mean, quick shout out,
Ah,
Giamatti.
please.
I mean, quick shout out.
Please. On the list.
Robbie.
Not
Best.
gonna be not he's not gonna be picked for me, but he's on my list. Best actor.
All right.
Spoiler alert.
What
Won't be
about
picked.
before we get there though, Robbie? Give us your
Sorry.
supporting actress.
Surprise. This is a surprise pick for me. Somebody who I don't like usually, who I didn't like, but I've seen a couple of movies with her in them now, and she gave two fantastic performances. My best supporting actress is Gwyneth Paltrow in The Talented Mr.
Wow.
Ripley.
Wow.
Nice. Nice. And
Please,
the other performance?
Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I was not a fan. I didn't get, the luster. I didn't understand the hype, but yeah, I thought she was great in this movie. As somebody who was just completely, felt like she was being gaslit the entire movie by everybody involved, and she kind of knew who Tom was about. And no, I just loved the performance. She was, playful, joyful, and then like scared and upset and terrified. She was very good in this movie. Really, she surprised me. Um, yeah, because Benny, who'd you take in supporting?
She
Marissa
was awesome.
Tomei?
Oh,
Oh,
actress? Yeah, Marissa Tomei.
yeah. Oh, so yeah, no, yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow, kind of surprise pick. I would have never thought starting out my 2024s that Gwyneth Paltrow would be my supporting actress at the Plumbie second annual Dots Pretzels.
We're subverting expectations in 2025. All right, let's get to the big boys. Best actor of 2024. Robbie, lead us off, please.
Oh, I hate doing this. This is tough, but I got to do it. I got to do it to my man who's off in Tahiti somewhere. Leonardo DiCaprio, catch me if you can. There's plenty of other people on here that I like, but I don't want my entire movie to be one specific movie. There were some great performances this year, but this performance put him. I know there's other performances that put him on the map, but this put him on the actual map of somebody with immense range. Just a phenomenal performance, going toe to toe, even better than Tom Hanks in this movie. A man who actually can do accents. I don't know where Tom Hanks had his accent. Maybe we should have did worst accent of the year and we'll get to Tom Hanks. But anyway, I digress.
Knock
Leonardo
knock.
DiCaprio, yeah, the range, young kid. He feels like a young innocent kid, but then he can act like an older adult in this movie. I mean, the innocence, the beauty, the charm. I mean, only DiCaprio can pull off that charm in this movie. I mean, name somebody else, you can't. It's DiCaprio all day, every day. I love you, Leo. If you're listening, climate change, come on the pod. DiCaprio, Catch If You Can, best actor.
Uh, Great pick. This was the movie that, I mean, I talked about it with when I was talking about Attack on Titan before and having those like biases against certain things. This was the movie that broke my bias against Leonardo DiCaprio because all the girls loved him, so I was like not going to give him his props. But then I saw this movie, and that's when I was like, I'm in. Leo's my guy.
That's it.
It's the guy. He brings it. He brings it every performance.
95 on the black.
Like Gooden.
Ryan, best actor.
Yeah, like I mean, like you guys said, this is tough. It's getting tough. Um, I I have so many good choices on my list, but I'm gonna go with J.K. Simmons' Whiplash.
Good pick.
Fantastic performance by him.
Love it.
Just an absolute piece of shit manipulator. But I don't know. There's not much else to say. He was just amazing in that film.
Yeah, I love that movie, and this was one of the movies I was like thinking about rescoring lower because I thought it was pretty high for me, but I thought back on it, I was like, you know what? No, I love that movie. It's just it's so edge of your seat and anxiety inducing that I had to keep it where it was. Great pick. Here we go. For me, best actor, easy one. This was an easy one for me. It's Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. I mean, just killed it. Absolutely killed it. We talked about it when we discussed the movie this year. I mean, the movie had zero action, drama, but not really a ton of it. But he had me locked in the whole entire time. I think he won the Oscar last year for this movie. Well deserved, best actor. So I'll take Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. Fantastic flick.
Can I get Ani Mensch real quick? Can I get Ani Mensch for myself? Sorry.
Please.
Please. I'd be remiss to say if I didn't say Barry Pepper in 61.
Fantastic.
Of course.
Yes, absolute.
That's it. That's all.
Absolute great answer.
Yeah, nothing else needed.
Wait, what's 61?
You don't know what 61? 61. You ever hear of Babe Ruth?
Yeah, rings a
The
bell.
baseball player?
Oh yeah, not the candy bar, the baseball player.
Yeah. So he had the home run record. He hit 60 home runs in a year.
All right.
And you're never going to believe this. In 1961,
What?
yeah, Roger Maris, another baseball player who also played for the Yankees, which Babe Ruth played for,
What?
he hit 61 home runs in 1961. They made a movie about it.
That's
You should watch it.
incredible.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Billy Crystal, Long Island Zone directed it.
Wow.
I didn't even. Did he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Billy Crystal, Long Island Zone.
Wow. He something else, that Billy Crystal.
Yeah, Billy Crystal.
Wow.
Harry Met
Heard he
Sally,
was-
Cat's Deli, the funny scene. I'll have
Heard
what
he
she's
was-
having.
I heard he was a prick.
Yeah, looks like a prick. Anybody that's short is always a dick.
Any other Ani mentions for best actor?
I'm
I
just
got
gonna
one.
quick say Michael Keaton, Beetlejuice.
Nice. I got one. Since it re-released, but we didn't watch it this year, but I'm going to give it a shout out because it was a re-release. David Byrne in Stop Making Sense. Fantastic.
Absolutely
Fantastic.
fantastic.
All right. Let's move on. Let's get serious. Let's move on. Best actress. I shocked myself with this pick. This is a movie that I had hesitations about watching. I was a little nervous when we decided we were going to record an episode on it. Give me Margot Robbie in Barbie.
Oh, I had her on
thought-
the list. Had her on
I
the
thought she-
list.
I thought she was great in this movie. Barbie might have been my surprise of the year. It was fun. Listen, it wasn't going to crack our top 10s, our top 5s, or anything like that, but I think we all enjoyed it for what it was. And I think that she was phenomenal. She went through, the range that she had in this movie, just absolutely great. So give me Margot Robbie as my best actress.
choice.
Fantastic. Very good. Very good.
I had the Goss for supporting actor. He was on the list.
Oh, how could we forget the
The
Goss?
Goss. I had the Goss as best actor, the best in the biz in that movie.
Good.
Please, we have to
So
do
good.
another gossip. We have to do another Goss episode soon.
Yes.
My plums are engorged. I need a
Boy,
release.
please. Oh my God, please. The balls are blue.
Ryan,
Give
give
me,
me your best actress.
for the second year in a row, Frances McDormand, Fargo. Oh, yeah?
Wow. Oh yeah. Wow. All right, I love it. All right. Sorry, just writing that one down for posterity. The man we've all been waiting for.
Ah,
Robbie,
always.
give us your best
I
actress.
can't believe it. Can't believe she's here. Who would have thought? I can't believe it. Please, as a fantastic actress who carried not one, but two movies we watched this year, give me Uma Thurman, Kill Bill, Volume 1. Not even Volume 2. Give me just her Volume 1. Tour de force. Absolute tour de force. Just the acting getting out of the bed in the hospital room. Just the opening scene. Just her going through the crazy 88s. Everybody. That entire scene. Just her, spoiler alert, dicing and slicing Lucy Lou's scalp completely off. I mean, what a phenomenal movie. She was fantastic in it. She carried the movie. A badass out of all badasses. Uma Thurman, Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Love it. Love it. Do we have any Ani Menches?
I do. I do. This is my shock and surprise. Dakota Fanning, Man on Fire.
I was going to
Good
bring her up
choice.
too. She was she
She was
was
great.
she was my pick until I looked at Barbie and I said, you know what, I think it's Margot Robbie. But yeah, great pick. Great
If you
pick.
know me, you know my hatred for children and actors. Children actors. But out of this world. Out of this world.
Great pick. All right. Ryan, do we have an Ani Mensch last call?
Nah.
All right. Let's move on to screenplay. And he's got the turn. It's Robbie. Robbie, best screenplay 2024.
Please. You know what it is. It's Aaron Sorkin. It's The Social Network. Fast-paced dialogue, crisp dialogue. I know Benny, I'm not gonna call him out, but I know Benny has a little thing with Aaron Sorkin. I can't believe it. It hurts my heart. But let me tell you something right now. This movie has no action in it. Absolutely no action. It's a 2 hour movie of just phenomenal dialogue to go along with a fantastic score and fantastic direction by David Fincher. It's just top notch. One of my favorite movies of all time. One of the best movies of the century. I don't care. I don't care. It's one of the best. It has everything you need, and you don't need action. If you have a crisp dialogue with fantastic actors, and you just come up with a great screenplay, he won the Academy Award for it, well deserved. It's an enthralling movie, and like again, you can tell how great a movie is without any action in it. And this movie provides the action by the direction and the dialogue by my main man, Aaron Sorkin.
Fantastic pick.
You can't handle the truth. Oh, that's the wrong movie. That's a different movie.
Ryan, best screenplay.
This was a tough one. There was a number of good choices, but a big reason why I gave it a few more points was because I loved the whole idea of it. Just amazing. Bong Joon-ho for Parasite.
One of
What
the
a
best.
fantastic idea for a movie. And yeah, that's why it got more points for me. It's a
I
tough
love it.
choice, but Bong Joon-ho.
I love it. There, we're gonna have to get. There's a couple of good Korean movies that I want us to at
Yeah, we
least
should.
put out there this year. So, I love that pick. For me, it's gonna be. I mean, come on, Martin McDonagh in Bruges. The fast paced dialogue, the blink and you miss it jokes. I mean, the the repartee, if you will, between the
Oh,
two main characters, just absolutely
wow.
fantastic. Gave the movie a 10. Had to give it its shine here. I think this time that we watched it, because I really kind of had my eye on everything. I put the subtitles on. Just one of my favorite watches of this movie's ever, and I really appreciated the dialogue this time around. So give me Martin McDonagh for In Bruges as my best screenplay.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Fantastic choices.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Any last call for Ani Menches?
Yeah, I'll go Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing. On my
Good
second
pick.
rewatch, I love this movie. And it's funny, it's sharp, and it's great.
Good pick. Good
Good
pick.
choice. I'll shout out Coen Brothers because I love them.
All right, for Fargo.
Fargo. Yeah.
Love it. All right. An unsung well, not unsung, but an unexpected, I'll say, man that's about to clean up on his second award in a row. Give me Bong Joon-ho for my best
Mhm.
director for Parasite. I mean, I love the way this movie was shot. I mean, if you're gonna pick one moment out of the hat for me, it's when the husband breaks out of the basement finally, or it's early on in the movie where you see his eyes pop up over the stairs. Oh, that shot. I was like, this is my kind of movie. So yeah, fantastic movie. Again, another movie I gave a 10 this year. So wanted to shout it out. Bong Joon-ho winning his second award in a row.
Did I
Nice.
say his
Congrats.
name wrong?
Did I? I might have. So hey, listen, we're not perfect. Tell us why we're wrong in the comments if you got this far.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you? Phenomenal episode. I dare you.
Ryan, your best director in 2024.
I had um your best pick for screenplay on my list, but I've been thinking about it, and it's, I mean, it's tough between these two, but I'm gonna go Robert Zemeckis, Back to the Future.
Really, really dug deep for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Writing it down, not knowing how to spell Zemeckis,
Who cares?
BTTF,
Who
who
cares?
cares? Robbie, best director.
Well, Benny, again, what you tend to do since you've been born is steal my picks. I
Really?
did
Oh,
have
I like that.
Bong Joon-ho as my favorite director, but I will get you back and have my main man, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. Why not? Okay. What a visual, stunning performance. I mean, absolutely fantastic directing in this movie. 3 hours on a subject that who would have thought would have been pretty decent. Oppenheimer and the building of the atomic bomb. I mean, just everything about it. I mean, it's great. There's plenty of scenes. I mean, the atomic bomb scene itself is like the test is out of this world. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, stunning. The scene after, oh, not after, but when they finally drop the bomb and he's in that auditorium. I mean, what a fantastic scene that is that he directed. I mean, the entire movie's an achievement. I mean, we've watched a few of his movies, I think, on here, and they get better and better each time. I mean, he's has some of my favorite movies, Inception, etc., etc. So I'm gonna go with Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan direction.
Great pick. Looking forward to his next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
We still there's
Uh,
probably a couple we could still watch. I still haven't seen Tenet.
I still want to watch Janet.
I haven't seen Prestige,
Oh,
Dunkirk.
let's do it.
2025 is going to be jam-packed, people.
Jam
Oh,
packed.
please.
You joined at the right time. All right. Let's go to our highest honor, the Golden Plum Award for Movie of the Year. Robbie, who gets your Golden Plum?
Oh, who gets my golden and plum? This is a tough one. This is a tough one because I have two tens on here, and that's who I'm deciding. Two tens. But I have to do it. I have to do it. This movie surprised me with how much I loved it. It's foreign to me. It's a movie with a language that I do not know. I was worried with the subtitles if I wasn't going to capture it or understand it, but I was along for the ride the entire time. It's a movie that hasn't gotten stale since I watched it the past two times. Please, my best movie of 2024 is none other than the 2020 Best Picture winner, Parasite.
Cleaning up. That
Yeah.
movie is cleaning up in our top 3 awards. Love it.
And,
Ryan, go
sorry,
ahead.
I don't mean to, but like Brian said, just a phenomenal topic to have a movie about, and the juxtaposition between the class system in this movie is phenomenal. Really, they do it so well.
I mean, people, we are busting out the word juxtaposition an hour and 20 minutes deep in this podcast. Subscribe. Please click the bell.
And also, I have no idea if that even means what it means, what I was thinking it meant. So,
All right, Ryan. It sounded smart, so I'm gonna let it
yeah,
fly.
exactly. Thank you.
You're correct. You did it.
You got You got repartee and juxtaposition in one episode. I mean, come on, people. 2025, year of the boys.
Oh,
Let us
forget
watch.
about it. Forget about it.
Ryan, Golden Plum, movie of the year. Tell us what it is.
How can I follow up juxtaposition? So I mean, we went through our top three. I have a couple tens. I have a couple high scores, mostly for nostalgic films. Um, but I'm actually gonna, and I hope I'm not stealing yours, Benny, but I'm gonna grab In Bruges as my top film this year. Loved it. I don't know if there's more to say about it, but I, it's the movie that I've thought about the most since we've watched it, I think. All the other films I might have given a 10 to or high nines, mainly because I loved them when I was 12 or whatever. But yeah, In Bruges. I watched it so long ago, I kind of forgot about it. It's up there in my pantheon of films.
Look at these words that are coming out hot. Holy 2025,
Oh my
people.
God. End the podcast here forever.
No, yeah, no, this is a fantastic movie, and the rewatchability is just so fantastic. And I think I appreciated it even more after watching we didn't watch it on the show, but Banshees of Inisherin, and
Yep.
just watching those two go at it. And then, I was please, I mean, I pretty much had Ray Fiennes' balls in my mouth that whole entire episode. So go back and listen to that if you haven't.
Oh my God, Rafe.
Damn it. Damn it. Supporting actor.
Boarding. I know. I should have used him as my Ani Mensch. I was rushing. All right, my Golden Plum for movie of the year. I mean, listen, there's two movies that have been, there's two movies that have been absolutely cleaning up these top three awards, and for me, it's Oppenheimer. Kind of a cheat because I saw it in the 70 millimeter IMAX at Lincoln Square, which the screen is like the size of a friggin' football field. It just completely changed the movie experience. So not only was the film great, it hit the same when we watched it at home, but to see something like that on the screen, and Robbie mentioned, the type of movie with no drama, like Social Network, and it had you on the edge of your seat and wanting to see what happened next and just paying attention. The way Nolan weaved the Robert Downey Jr. storyline in there, even though I know he's not everybody's favorite actor on this show. I loved it. I thought he was great. And it brought a nice little change of pace to the whole movie. 3 hours, could have been 4, could have been 5. I would have been in on it. I love Interstellar, and I think that this movie potentially passed it as my favorite Nolan movie. So it got a 10, and it got my Golden Plum. What a year for Christopher Nolan.
What a year.
Yeah.
Friend of the program.
Yeah.
Right before we say good night to the Plummie Awards, any Ani Mentions, and you can dig back on any of those other awards that you may have missed, but any Ani Mentions for the Golden Plum, any Ani Mentions for any one of those other awards that we went through today?
I mean, Golden Plum. I mean, I already have the Social Network, but I think I had a couple surprises in there, but I can't find it. Sorry, go ahead. Somebody else.
I'll give a Golden Plum Ani Mensch to, and it's not, I'm not saying that this would have been my second pick or anything like that, but just a movie that I kind of was really into was The Iron Claw. That was something that I was kind of looking forward to watching this year. I know it didn't really get the highest scores from us, but I enjoyed Zac Efron in that movie. I enjoyed Jeremy Allen White. I enjoyed, here we go, gonna totally disrespect the third actor, the other brother, the taller one. I thought it was a fantastic movie. Yeah, just wanted to give it a little shout out here.
Yeah, and also another movie I can give you a shout out for Social Network for the Golden Plum, but this other movie that I love and still love and continue to love, and I had about 13 actors in that movie for anybody on this list. The Big Short. I love The Big Short. It's such a great movie. It really is. Another movie that doesn't have any action but has so much drama, and it's funny, it's sad. It's a great movie. It really is a phenomenal movie. And I introduced to my main dog, Mr. Kango himself, Jeremy Strong. So I love that movie. I really do. So I want to give that movie its flowers that we watched here, because we didn't get any awards for it, but there are plenty of amazing performances in there.
The
Yeah.
bucket hat buddy. Ryan, you got anything for us here?
Not really. I put, one other person I wanted to shout out was for I guess supporting actress, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, I
And
gotta had it too.
yeah,
Good.
like so, Trading Places, great, but also not really mentioned, but we did some episodes on The Bear this year, and she was absolutely fantastic in that. So just wanted to shout her out because great.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for attending the Plummie Awards, the second annual. We laughed, we cried, we remembered some people that maybe shouldn't have been remembered. But we had fun, and I'm glad you joined us. Please, if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe, comment below, share us if you're really feeling generous. And thanks for coming. Ryan, tell Robbie to tell us good night.
Robbie, tell him good night.
Down in my plum.
Good night to 2024, and good night to you, Bob
When I hear a
Newhart.
sound,
Oh.
rap at the door, my young son Gabriel
I'm
walks
retracting that bit about Bob
in. The
Newhart.
wife said, no,
On rest in
Gabriel,
peace.
leave. I said, no. Let
Bring him
the
back
boy
then.
watch.
Come back, Bob.
Let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father, the way he learned.